Greetings, survivors. We're interrupting your programming for a special announcement. I know it's not about the UI I'm using. This is the Red Eagle UI. I just got tired of the normal UI in the game. Um, the lack of water, that annoys the hell out of me. And the other thing is, if you look at the compass above, there is a yellowish section there. That's something else in this UI. It allows you to know where the center actually is, which normal UI does not have, which is silly. Every compass has some indication of where you're looking at, where the center is, so to speak. It also has the elevation below it, a bunch of stats that don't really matter much. And when you enter a menu, it also shows the date and time here, as well as other stats. Um, that's also very convenient, but I mean, I just added that because I could. Now, the special announcement has nothing to do with that or with all these wood bars here or with the trap I'm making at the front of the base, which I'll show you in a little bit. No, that has nothing to do with it. Um, I think I may have figured out what's happening on the base, um, why I've been getting zombies every now and then inside. Now, uh, since I replaced all the ground or place stuff on top of it, that has decreased a lot, okay? But not completely. And I remember one Hawaiian guy, I think it was a Hawaiian, might have been a cop, running out from my crop down to the ground and then come to me. But I clearly remember he was up here. And that was many horde nights ago. I don't remember which one. Um, so now I was looking at stuff. I was looking at stuff and I happened to look at property on blocks that indicates whether they can spawn zombies or not. And oh fuck. This is what I feared. Now I don't know if you can read. This says farm plot block player. That's a focus block. That's fine. Okay? But the one beneath this corn is farm plot block. So here's the deal. Farm plot block, and I have a lot of it here, can't spawn zombies. So I'll have to replace all these farm blocks with something else. And I'll have to drop a lot of this stuff elsewhere so I can actually do that. And let's actually make... I just move this, it's the only thing I want to move here. The clay, and I have no stone, okay. Yeah. And then move... Oh, there's stone here. It's okay, it's all messed up. So are they both loaded? Okay. Bolt slugs. I really should stop carrying this stupid shotgun around. I only do so because of the odd chance I might find rabbits. Alright. So that's 9 plus 4, 13. Much more reasonable number. Guess a lockpicks, the alternate goggles, the jar of honey. None of that is here. Opens up more space. What does it take to make lockpick? Because I realize I dropped the lockpick skill, but there is a magazine that allows you to craft that. It does require a workstation, which is unfortunate. In fact, let me also queue. I need this. A garage door. A rolling garage door. Forged iron springs and mechanical. Springs mechanical. And then forged iron. Rolling garage door not powered. If it works, I might switch to powered, but yeah, none of that. Okay, 13. So everything up here, I will simply any block I get from up here that is not player, I'll replace from creative. But for the farm downstairs, I'm gonna replace that with the for the farm downstairs. This time I better start planting from here. For the farm downstairs, I'll craft the farm blocks. I replace, well, in the sections of the farm that were originally part of the base. I'm not entirely sure how far that went. Look at here from the side. I don't think it went all the way there. I think this was all dirt and I created blocks. And I think this outer section was not that. You know what? I'm gonna teleport to a base that has it and to figure that out. I think it's only fair. Because my blocks, they ought to be player. Zombies should not be spawning on my farm blocks. So if there is any that I created that is not player, and I don't care if I stole them from some other POI, I'm getting that back. Okay, so yeah, I just wanted to record this in a video. In fact, what the hell did I do? A screenshot. In fact, I'm not even really playing. I just wanted to get it started so I would recall that and not forget it. So yeah, I'll see you later. What the? Yeah. On DM mode, that happens. I'll need to stay in DM mode because of that. Alright. Oops. Yeah, somehow when I press Alt, it changes things. Stupid birds coming after me. So this is our army base. Well, I mean, this side has been destroyed. I always intended to replace it, but I have to replace the railing, and I have nothing on the corner that's gonna work. It's just no corner railing. Really wish they would work on that. But the fact is, this goes only until up to the wall, and it's only one row here, right? So everything here is mine, which means that if we now go back to our base, so this row here, that's all gonna be replaced. Yeah, and this is where I intend to. I'm flying right now. Did the bird come with me? No. So only up to here, and only this row, not this row here. All of this row and everything on this side, that's all mine. I have already replaced everything up here. Um, I've already replaced everything up here. So I place the corn here. Corn I have access of, so that's easier to lose. Coffee I don't use much, so also easier to lose than blueberries and potatoes. So I mean, I do have potatoes here, but this corner hasn't been hit much. Um, Dogs. Yeah, whatever. Um, there's something other than dogs here. No, just dogs. This is a shotgun scrap to shoot at anything. I really, I really ought to use the. I really ought to place a silencer here instead of the muzzle brake so that I don't attract attention of any creatures. And in fact, I do get bonus with silenced weapons. So do I have any silencer? I don't. Huh. Let me grab these two and maybe I'll show you guys what I've been up to. Steel, oil, mechanicals, and plastic. Steel, oil, mechanic, plastic. Oof, 2 minutes. Let's also sort this because it's getting all confused. No, there was something I saw that takes... Oh, the awning blocks, yes. Yes. The awning blocks. I have a couple of awning blocks that I need to replace. Is the awning here? No, so let's take the awning... Only one? No, I had more. There's awning blocks here. Yeah, I have to take those and use them. So, the way I'm doing this, let's kill these stupid dogs. Oh, okay. There's probably another dog somewhere. I really wish the modify didn't take the equip spot in the menu. I don't need to power attack to harvest. Anyway, so clearing these things like get all of it out. Let's just do this row here on camera, just to show how I'm going about this. Well, actually, this run here I need to replace some other way. Okay, just this row. So what I'm doing is I'm on the M mode, yeah. So press Z, then goes to another corner, press Z. Theoretically Shift Z should work, but it can be hard to get it right. Okay, so there is a selection here, and then press K, go to dynamic prefabs and clear selection. Okay, now I didn't get any resources back, right? Well, that is true, and I lost this guy here, I forgot. That is true, but not really relevant. Come here, and I'll just get the farm plots from creative and replace them. I'll keep that here because I'll use that. Yeah. Let me just get one wood fence. Okay. So yeah, while I'm here, and it's daylight, it's morning, it's bright, and this is my trap. Now the rolling garage door, and I really can't tell which way it's rotated. I'm trying to see it from above. See if there's any clue. I think this is the front of it. So if this is the front of it, and this is the back, then I would like it about here. That won't work. Yeah, this is three blocks high. So there's actually no way of placing it that works for me because it's going to interfere with this falling trap here. So it's above there. Zombies tend to fall here. I'm gonna have to fix this, but that's another story. They tend to fall here. Now, if they fall here and get here, fine. Go back to the stairs. That's not what this is about. I just don't want them stuck on the door. So if they fall this way, which is the way they usually do, if they do get stuck here, which you see that it briefly pauses there, and I think zombies actually have an easier time of getting stuck there. If they get stuck there, they're gonna fall here. I'm gonna place this. This has to be upgraded. So that traps, electric fences, and no way out. Now, I will connect this to my base. This is for maintenance access. In fact, oh, if I fall here, I would like to have a way out. In fact, I forgot that I need some wood fences to get out. So let's look at the other thing. So, yeah, it hasn't started. Well, it has started. It's just not anywhere near where you can call it anything. So this is deep underground. Um, Basically, I want one layer of stone above me. And this happens to be at the exact same height, well, depth of that trap there. So the ground here and the ground of the trap has the same elevation. So I can tunnel from here all the way there. And this, which is going to be 3 wide, I think. And I'll start out with stone, but kind of want to make this out of all of concrete, you know. This tunnel is where all the electric is going to be going through. So I won't have to break things to find wire relays anymore. It's all going to be in the tunnel, and there's going to be a ladder going up, of course, but I'm going to make that ladder too high so it doesn't provide a way for the zombies to get up. Um, and yeah, and they make access here and there to the tunnel so I can bring electricity up and down. Yeah, that's how everything's gonna be distributed. And that's really all I had to show. So I'll see you later. Okay guys, I'm back. Looks like it took some damage somewhere. This is now Alpha 18.2 B2 experimental. There's some interesting changes. This is a pretty good change for me. So bullet case and the bullet tips now have double the stack size. That's extremely helpful. The shotgun became a killer. So it's doing 234 points of damage. It's now armor piercing. It now give stun damage, well, stun effect on the zombies. I mean, they nerfed in Lucky Goggles, so mine it was 17, it's now 9. But to be honest, my game stage is such is 295. Before nerfing 17, that was 312. Between 295 and 312, that's not really relevant enough, you know? So it's just space I don't really need to use on my inventory. Now let me get some stuff here. Yeah, let's get the wire 2 from here. Probably this. Maybe get the concrete because who knows, I might need it. Fences. There is a lot of interesting changes that were made. I think I'm happy. I think I'm happy. And I have another idea on how to use the junk turret. So I'm actually going to grab no, just one. So open this and get the rest of the ammo. And I'm going to make 2000. Okay. Maybe make 1000 on each. It's gonna take such a long time. Let's crafting on one workbench and leave the other one free to do stuff in it. Okay. Um, One interesting thing is that there is now for a lot of things like gas, so you have stack of gas. So this is one oil shale. The stack um, costs 80%, right? Um, and beyond that, on intellect, on yes science, um, craft glue and allocrene cheaper and gunpowder in efficient stacks. So you now have cheaper stuff on the. Where did I want to go? Oh, I remember something I was making here. All right, let's grab all of this. So I'm gonna place the ammunition. This is the main area. I think maybe here, because then I can close this door and leave it closed. This protects the storage box. This is this is the loot that I still haven't moved from last Horde night. But I'm gonna leave the ammunition here because I can then come and reload from this. And this is only the ammunition on the stuff that I'm gonna actively use on Horde night, okay? On the gun safe, I'm gonna leave the ammunition for the alternate weapons, and I had a couple of an AK and an M60 that I intended to sell, so I brought it here as the backup guns. Um, oh, the SMG really increased the damage now. So the SMG apparently now has more damage than the pistol. That's useful. And I mean base damage, not like dependent on something. Okay. Let's go down here. No. Let's go down here. Right. So this is concrete terrain, so it acts like terrain, and that's why it has this hole here. I might actually replace the floor here with concrete. The reason they use concrete terrain is that these walls are half blocks only. They are centered half blocks. So if I use concrete, it's gonna show outside, which is one reason I'm not keen on changing that. So I can come down here. This is right below pillar. That's one of the wire relays. And I want to place the wire relays here. Now I might have a problem with the distance. I hope I don't, but I might. And I have the light here with sticking to the roof, which is a new technique I didn't know about. And this here, which is, I don't have power here, but it's otherwise wired. Well, the electric fence is not, no, the electric fence is wired. It's just a stupid bug in the electric fence post that make it drop down in the position of the cable. So I have this door here, which is fully upgraded, I think. Yeah, this is fully upgraded. Um, I honestly thought of not placing the door, and I intend to upgrade all of this to steel. So I better start making that. There's some damage because there was a roaming horde and I was down here mining with the auger and they noticed and shit happened. Right. That one actually needed to be fully destroyed. So let's do that. Okay. Each of these pillars is directly beneath one of the pillars above to ensure that the integrity is fully preserved. Now here, this is interesting because did I not bring the cobblestone blocks, damn it. Well, I brought the concrete ones. Whatever. So this is the wall, right? This is all in line with the wall. And then there is one space, and then there is the wall of the of that um, horde base post, you know. So I'm gonna place these guys here, so there's one space between them. I'm gonna make a centered here. Right, so both are now fully supported. And it goes here. Yeah, this is slightly tricky. Ah, there. Okay. There we go. This is the base. So I'm gonna bring the electricity all the way down there. And I'm gonna reconnect this stuff. Now, I want to simplify what I'm doing. Let me grab some tripwire poles if I can, and trigger plate. In fact, let's start with the trigger plate. I want to simplify what I'm doing. So basically I want, and there is a problem with the power. Okay, so the maximum I can provide with any of these guys here is 300 watts. So I cannot entirely, I cannot divide everything. Now the turrets, I think fences and turrets, I might leave like that. The turrets are every turret in, I have like that one, that one, that one, that one, uh, that one. Those are turrets. The blade trap is a turret as well. Fences are the electric fences. Every electric fence. So this one, those, etc. Now, what I'm thinking of doing is instead of having these guys here, I'm gonna change this to horde base. Okay, single switch horde base, and it's gonna activate everything. Now, you guys know I don't like start firing darts there before the zombies are done with the barbed wire. Okay, um, because while they're on the barbed wire, I can keep throwing Molotovs and they're stuck there. They cannot go anywhere. I can kill a lot of them and get the full experience. Whereas the dart trap is going to give me 50% now, I believe, um, with intellect 5, gain 50% from electrical trap kills. So it's not bad now. Uh, I don't know. It's more the principle of the thing. I want the darts to start firing when the zombies are past the initial defenses. Uh, because when the darts start firing there, it's much easier to kill them here. So while they're stuck there and the electric fence there is working and everything else, um, it really doesn't matter much. Uh, I really don't need them getting hit by darts. When the electric fences are failing and the barbed wire is gone and they're just running through, that's when I want the darts there to work. So one thing I'm thinking of is placing pressure plate here and another pressure plate here. Okay. And because if it's here, I can fix it. Now it only has 1,000 hit points. So if it actually breaks, if I don't protect it, if I don't keep repairing it constantly, particularly when there are explosions, it's gonna go. And when it goes, it's gonna turn off anything that is on it. So my idea is connecting this trip plate with power duration always. Okay. So as soon as someone steps here, it turns on, and it's going to turn on the darts. Um, I think I'm going to keep the electric fence on a separate circuit so I don't lose everything. Though the electric fence is probably going to break before a zombie gets here. I don't know. So if a zombie gets here, then that thing starts to work. That's the idea. Um, say, okay, they broke the path, they are not going through there at the moment, or I don't know. Something happens, I don't want those things firing anymore. I can come here and click reset. It's gonna stop until another zombie or myself step on it. And the same thing here, but this trigger plate is gonna activate display trap. Because if zombies are actually getting here, then I need help. And I don't want just display trap, I want another one here. So it's gonna be doubled. I needed to repair that. Anything here? Might as well go to down because I think I need to repair some stuff down there. Wow. For once I actually got through directly. So let me see here. No, it's never on this side because when explosions happen, they actually happen on the other side of the base. Um, I shouldn't be fixing this, but I cannot stand to see it broken. I think the hitbox issue is happening again. Whenever I have to pass through those blocks there, that this happens. Everything here seems... Okay, so I might have fixed this once before. Or I couldn't because... Well, let me actually apply the fix and check again. Okay, 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 okay. I think all these half blocks and plates and everything else, they confuse the game. All right. Now, another thing I want to do is to have everything here covered from one side to the other. And I don't see it being covered with steel. Though this is pretty long. If I made this out of concrete, it breaks. But then again, I do have blade traps and things going down. That's not going to happen there. The reason I'm thinking of covering all of this is that if I'm down here inside the base, see if there's a rabbit. No rabbits. If I'm down here inside the base, I keep getting attacked by birds coming from there. Now, if I have this, if I have a discovered and I'm crouched, and I usually fight crouched, it decreases a lot the angles at which the birds can shoot at me. They have to shoot from there. So it's a steeper angle than if they are there and they shoot at me from there. So this is a not steep angle. In fact, if they are like line of sight or level with me, yeah, it's basically it goes on and on all the way to the other side. That's what I want to prevent. I want to make the anything that shoots at me to basically just go down here instead of going all the way to the other side, even though I did add that protective bulletproof glass. Okay. Now, yeah, those blade traps, I mean, they confuse me a little bit. So one thing I can do is like, this is horde base and it's two switches. So I have to turn on both switches because that's going to give me 600 watts. So I can split the resources, but I still need to turn on two switches. There's something else here that was damaged. I hate it when like appears for a brief second. I need to upgrade that. Okay. So I have the drawers, which should protect me from the unfortunate incident that happened. Um, now I have more space here than I need. I think what I'm gonna do is um, leave anything that is first aid. Okay, so antibiotics, plaster casts, first aid kits, even bandages, just drop there. Okay, so if I need health, it's this one. If I need food or if I need drugs, it's this one. All right. So the electric blocks are actually here. So these two are gonna be moved there. Move that out. Yeah. Okay. Right. So a final thought here. I think this is too long that zombies will not come through here. I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't remember why I have concrete there. Oh, because I was going to place, yeah, yeah. No, I was going to place a tripwire crossing through here to activate this. No, no. Uh, these blade traps consume a hell of a lot of power, but I think any blade trap on this, I think they have to be on all the time. Not that one, not this one, of course, because if this is on, it's gonna get me. I do have to figure out electric fence here, which is tough because, I mean, there is no space. Um, so necessarily the electric fence will have to come from outside and go inside. And I'm not sure I'm gonna do that. And I have to repaint this guy. So aside from this one, which is activated by the motion sensor, uh, every blade trap here, I think it has to be always on. And those are the demolisher blade traps. So turn on horde base switch. These go on and they're gonna stay on, and that's that. Okay. The demolishers proved too dangerous to um, try to handle um, by myself just to get experience. So if this works to kill the demolishers while leaving the other zombies to come up here, I'm happy with that. This guy here and this guy here that you're not seeing, they're going to be activated by this trigger plate. The dart traps, they're still going to be on the tripwire, of course, but um, when I turned on that horde base thing, I'm going to turn on this trigger plate. And when someone triggers this plate, then the dart traps will start firing if someone goes through the tripwire. And that's my plan. Now, as a final note, I really shouldn't have blocked this, but whatever. As a final note, so this. Well, the one problem is that, let's say I jump here, okay? So I'm 84 right now, 84. So this guy is at 84. And ignore the fact that it's here and every switch is here and not below the wall. Um, so come down here. This is 67. So between 67 and 84, that's 17 blocks, which is more than the switches, the wire relays can go. So, screw that. Let's place another ladder. And screw that. Let's break this guy here. There. So I'll need to have wire relays somewhere along the way. Now these plates are centered, which I made to give me more space, but now it means they are going to, I cannot place something right here. Um, so one thing I can do, these wire relays they are beneath ground level so that they can go out below ground level to other relays below ground level. But this is not how it's going to work anymore. That tunnel is going to go out and it's going to go down here and it's going to go down here, and I might even connect it here, and it's going to continue here and it's going to go down here where I have plans to make powered garage doors. Those tunnels, all the electricity will go through those tunnels. And I don't think I have any wire relay. I do. I'm not gonna actually place it down, but I'm gonna show you the idea. Okay. And this goes outside, as you saw, right? But the ladders are going to be above zombie reach, so that they won't be using these tunnels to get me. The idea is that I'm gonna place the wire relays here on the roof, right? So I can place a wire relay on the roof, and I can pick them up later, and I'm gonna place wire relays here anyway, so that might in fact stay right where it is. Because this is 3 blocks high, I can pass underneath them without any trouble. I can easily wire them. So if I have a wire here, I can place like another one like all the way here, for example, from here, and I can easily connect these wire relays from one side to the other. From here, it can even reach strip wire, for example. So as soon as I connect something there, this thing is ready. So, and I'm not gonna like make it like this. I'm gonna make it prettier. But the tunnel is going to be, I'm going to continue this tunnel in that direction, and it's going to go underneath all the buildings and have electricity go through all the buildings. Now, there is a ton of wire relays here, which makes sense because if you look at the switches I have, like I have lights for the base, lights for the stairs. Um, these were these these traps and the other traps, left and right traps, and the stairs, like the front darts, the back darts. I'm not gonna have that split anymore. Actually, for the next fortnight, one of the darts is going to be on a switch and the other is going to be on a trigger plate, because I want to see the trigger plate working, but I don't want to risk losing both darts, because all the horde nights that were bad for me, the dart traps did not work, either because the tripwire was not working, or in one case I forgot to turn on the switch. So I want to have until I can see that this trigger plate can actually survive, I want to back up. But so I have 8 switches here, and some of these are going to be preserved, like fences, turrets, and then I have to divide the horde base.
But for example, one of the switches can handle all the electricity going out, whereas the other handles all the electricity that stays inside the base. So it reduces to 4, it removes 2, and then lights. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna remove the switches and the lights are going to be always on because they're on solar power and they really don't bother me being on during the day. So I think these switches go out and I go down from 8 switches to 4. And besides the 8 switches here, I have also these two, which are other, they are the full power on the timer relay. And that's, so down there I have 10. Um, Not gonna have stuff like that. So I think I can reduce the amount of switches reasonably well. Um, mm, Make Horde Nights safer because I don't need to keep turning things on and off all the time. Like Horde Night's gonna start, so turrets on because these are in the internal protections. Fences on because I want them slowed down always. Then turn on the hot base because I mean these are separate just for um, I can even not turn it on, but these are separate for to have separate power sources. The electric fences, as a matter of fact, presently on a battery bank, so on a separate circuit. Um, yeah, yeah, it makes sense to me. It all makes sense to me. So this is ready now. I'm not ready to harvest. Okay then, guys. Yes. Yeah, I started to talk about this, and then I got distracted by this the. Can I go up here? Yeah. I love how I did this, to be honest. I'm not even going to upgrade it because I love how I did it. But I think this is too far. I think the zombies won't cross over. I might keep this because it's here, but I think what I'm gonna do is have this side here be a separate horde base. So I'm gonna make, I have an idea of a horde base that automatically closes the path when the zombie is detected. So they're coming, 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 coming. Poof, the path is gone and they go back. And they go to the other path that is open and that path closes. And then I can like make it close for, I don't know, 30 seconds. I don't know. And have the zombies ping pong from one side to the other while I hit them in the middle. So have some sort of access come from here. What? That is very interesting. They said that there are invisible trees. Now there are no trees here. Huh. Okay, something very strange happened. And the funniest thing is, I saw this happen on Ravenhurst when There was a change. Every tree has 1 hit point. Yes. Guys, be prepared to have buggy trees in your world. 'Cause I had removed every tree around my base. And these trees have appeared because of this change of the invisible tree. Pretty sure. Well, they could also have added a block um, out of order. Might have caused that as well. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I'm not gonna try to have the path go all the way around. I I'm gonna make this is one horde base basically, and the side is gonna be a different horde base. And if this one fails, I move to the side to fight on a different horde base. Um, what I do need to have is something like a power drawbridge there, or a power garage door that I can turn on remotely to activate that to make the path um, to turn the path on, so to speak. I did that on Ravenhurst 5.4. Um, it was actually pretty neat and not hard at all. So I had these stairs. I mean, Ravenhurst 5.4 is where I made that stair for the first time. Um, I had thought of the concept, but I really couldn't get it didn't get it implemented, you know? This thing here, just scrap it. So what I do is I make um, I make a ditch like this around the stairs, so the zombies cannot actually get to the stairs. And then I have a drawbridge that, when it's open, lets them get to the stairs. And that's that. I mean, it's simple. It's pretty much foolproof because with the ditch, they cannot get to the stairs without the power bridge. And if they destroy the power bridge, they destroy their access there. So they might not be able to use it, but they cannot destroy the power bridge to be able to enter. So those are my ideas, and I'm gonna work on, well, I'll continue the work to get those ideas implemented. But this is gonna be all for today. I mean, it was all waffling, right? Like, I did things in between cuts and talked about what I want to do, what I did on the video. Um, but I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thank you for watching.